Chosen one, stop and listen. The fact that this message is reaching you right now is not random. It is not an accident, not background noise, not something you found by chance. You are hearing this because heaven has marked this moment. God is speaking directly to you, and the urgency in your spirit is proof. You are being awakened. Something is shifting beyond what you can see, and your response matters now more than ever. The path forward has already been revealed, but it will only unfold if you respond without delay. This is divine intervention. God has already set events into motion to rescue you, to shift your position, to guard you from what is forming behind the scenes. But you cannot afford hesitation. Delay is costly. The breakthrough you have longed for, the protection you have needed, the escape you did not even know you required, they are approaching now. Yet alignment is required. Today, if you hear his voice, do not harden your hearts. Hebrews 3:15. Do not dismiss the signs. Do not silence the stirring within you. The warning you feel is not fear, it is awakening. Arise, shine, for your light has come. Isaiah 60:1. Doors are shifting. Answers are being released. But only those who recognize the signal and move immediately will step into what has been prepared. Be alert and of sober mind. 1 Peter 5-8. Stay watchful. Stay ready. If you overlook this moment, you may delay what heaven is already arranging for you. But if you respond now, if you move with courage and obedience, your life will not remain the same. God is calling you forward. The resistance may be real, but so is the covering over your life. This is the moment when action secures destiny, and hesitation costs more than you can imagine. God is speaking now, not in whispers, but with urgency. He is calling you to move, to rise, to align with what was written over your life before you were born. This is not just a suggestion. It is clarity arriving with weight. Every moment of delay gives opposition room to advance. What feels stable may already be shifting beneath you. The sky can look calm while the ground quietly cracks. That tension in your spirit is not anxiety, it is awakening. You are standing at a threshold. The unease you feel is a signal. For we walk by faith, not by sight. 2 Corinthians 5-7. Comfort cannot guide you now. Logic alone is not enough. Moses left the palace before he met the fire. Joseph descended before he was lifted. Your step of obedience may be the doorway to your calling. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Proverbs 3-5. Move with courage. Unseen forces are already in motion. Conversations are forming quietly. Intentions are shifting. Pressures are building. Hesitation can sometimes cost clarity. But heaven sees everything. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Isaiah 54-17. The heaviness in prayer, the sharpened sensitivity, the sudden awareness that something is shifting, this is discernment rising. You are not being warned to fear. You are being awakened to remember who you are. Chosen, guarded, positioned. The storm will not define you. Your obedience will. Step forward. The path will meet your faith. The hardest truth is this: danger does not always arrive as an enemy. Sometimes it wears a familiar face, a friend, a colleague, even family. What seems harmless, a careless word, misguided advice, a subtle betrayal, can quietly open a door to loss. The heart is deceitful above all things. Jeremiah 17-9. Not to make you afraid, but aware. This is not paranoia, it is discernment awakening. The hands that comfort can also mislead. David once stood close to Saul before realizing proximity carried risk. Esther perceived what others ignored and saved a nation. So must you see clearly now. Guard your heart, set boundaries. Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Proverbs 4:23. Speak less, watch more. The smallest open door can alter destiny. Stay awake. Sometimes the hardest instruction is this: do not move. Everything in you wants to act, to fix, to force the outcome. Yet the resistance you feel is not punishment, it is protection. God is closing doors and restraining your impulses because He sees what you cannot. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. Exodus 14:14. Stillness is strategy. When your energy feels low and your plans stall, do not assume failure. You are being shielded. A red light is not rejection, it is rescue. What looked promising may have carried hidden harm. This pause is mercy. In their hearts, humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps. Proverbs 16:9. If the path feels unclear, you are not lost, you are hidden. What seems like fog is divine covering. He will cover you with His feathers. Psalm 91:4. In this hidden place, patience strengthens you and discernment sharpens. This is not a setback, it is preparation. When the way opens, you will move protected and positioned, untouched by what could have destroyed you. The most dangerous traps are never the obvious ones. They are hidden beneath ordinary moments, disguised as opportunity, wrapped in familiarity. But you are not unguarded. God sees every snare before it tightens, every scheme before it unfolds. Even when your mind cannot trace the threat, your spirit feels the shift. That uneasiness in your chest, that heaviness in your thoughts, that subtle sense that something is off. This is not fear. It is warning. It is mercy, interrupting momentum. Surely the Lord God does nothing unless He reveals His secret to His servants. Amos 3-7. You are being redirected because you are chosen. Sometimes rescue does not look dramatic. It looks like inconvenience, a cancelled meeting, a delayed response, a door that will not open no matter how hard you push. You call it frustration. Heaven calls it protection. Like a shepherd steering his sheep away from a cliff they cannot see, God adjusts your steps with precision. The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord. Psalm 37-23. If you had forced your way forward, you might have walked straight into damage that would have marked you for years. What you thought was delay was deliverance. Do not resent the interruption. Do not fight the pause. Every closed door carries a whisper. I am shielding you. Follow the nudge. Obey the restraint. Move only when the way is clear. There are smiles around you that do not carry pure intent. Not everyone who speaks blessing over you is assigned to your destiny. Some are present to test your discernment. Repeated disappointments, subtle betrayals, emotional exhaustion after certain conversations. These are not coincidences, they are signals. This is pruning. Every branch that bears fruit, He prunes, that it may bear more fruit. John 15:2. Cutting is not cruelty, it is preparation. God removes what cannot grow with you. Yes, it hurts when relationships dissolve, when doors close, when connections fade. But many destinies stall not because of lack of gifting, but because of unhealthy attachments. Celebrate the cleansing, release bitterness. What leaves creates space for what is sent. Every person removed makes room for divine alignment. If this message is aligning with your spirit right now, stay with me. There is more unfolding than you can see. And if you are walking this season of refinement, subscribe and stay connected. This journey is not random. Feel the urgency rising within you, that sharp awareness, that holy intensity. It is not anxiety, it is activation. Heaven is sounding an alarm because timing matters. To everything there is a season. Ecclesiastes 3:1. A delayed response now could cost you a divine appointment. The instruction may be simple: move, withdraw, remain silent, step forward. But the obedience must be immediate. Your spirit recognizes truth before your logic does. Every decision in this hour carries weight. A single conversation, a single step, a single yes or no can redirect the next chapter of your life. The unseen realm responds to obedience. When Joshua approached Jericho, the walls did not fall because of noise. They fell because of alignment. One step in agreement with God can open what years of striving could not. But one impulsive move in distraction can unravel progress you fought to build. So pause with purpose, seek clarity, listen beneath the surface. There are places you were never meant to thrive, environments that drain rather than strengthen, circles that limit rather than elevate. God is quietly repositioning you, removing your name from spaces where harm lingers and preparing doors in rooms you have not yet entered. What feels abrupt is intentional. What feels like loss is strategic. Some doors close violently because they were never meant to open again. What you interpret as rejection is often redirection. Joseph's prison was not punishment, it was positioning. Your setback may be sacred ground. For I know the plans I have for you, plans for peace and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope. Jeremiah 29:11. Trust the redirection. Trust the removal. There may even be isolation, a season where you feel set apart, hidden, misunderstood. This is not abandonment, it is preservation. While others rush ahead unaware, you are being covered. Strengthened in quiet, sharpened in stillness. Breakthrough often grows in hidden soil. Guard your peace, protect your focus, refuse pressure that pulls you out of alignment. This is a sacred stretch of time. Every day you remain faithful, unseen foundations are forming. God is arranging people, shifting structures, rewriting outcomes. Even now, your next years are being shaped with precision. Connections are dissolving so better ones can emerge. Plans are being rerouted so greater paths can unfold. You see fragments. Heaven sees the whole design. What feels uncertain is temporary. What feels delayed is intentional. A masterpiece is forming behind the veil. As Esther's hidden preparation led to national deliverance, your quiet obedience now is preparing a future that will surpass what you imagined. Stay steady, stay obedient. The script is being written with protection and favor. You are not drifting, you are being directed. You are not losing ground, you are being repositioned. Trust the hand that closes, trust the voice that redirects. The next chapter is not accidental. It is ordained, and as you walk in alignment, you will see that every trap avoided, every door shut, every season of isolation was evidence of a God who guards the destiny of those he has chosen. Sometimes your greatest power is silence. When you refuse to react, when you hold back words that could ignite chaos, you dismantle traps set for your downfall. The enemy feeds on impulse and emotional missteps, but your stillness breaks his rhythm. In quietness and trust, shall be your strength. Isaiah 30:15. Silence is not weakness. It is controlled strength. When you pray instead of proving yourself, heaven moves. Like Daniel preserved in the den, your restraint becomes protection. Each measured pause guards your destiny. You do not need to force outcomes. Alignment is your defense. Soon, clarity will rise. You will see that every delay and closed door was intervention. What felt like loss was rescue. Gratitude will replace doubt. Then comes the shaking, not to destroy you, but to realign you. Weak foundations will crack. What is false will fall away. You may feel restless or unsettled, but this is preparation. God is rebuilding your ground. When it settles, you will stand stronger, clearer, anchored. The shaking will not break you. It will reveal who you were always called to be. There is someone near you who has mastered the art of smiling in public while working against you in private. Their words sound supportive, but their spirit competes. Their presence feels friendly, yet something beneath it drains you. What was hidden in shadows is no longer hidden from heaven. God has seen every whisper, every concealed motive, every quiet attempt to undermine your progress. For nothing is hidden that will not be made manifest. Luke 8:17. The unveiling is coming. When the truth surfaces, it will not shock you because you were blind. It will shock you because you hoped you were wrong. The deepest wounds often come from trusted hands. But God will not allow disguised danger to travel into your next season. Expect a moment of exposure, clear, undeniable, a conversation overheard, a sudden shift in behavior, a detail that confirms what your spirit already knew. This is not coincidence, it is rescue. When it happens, do not react from pain, respond from identity. This exposure is not about humiliation, it is about separation. God is removing false alliances to guard your future. Release without bitterness. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? Psalm 27:1. Clarity is mercy. What leaves makes space for what is sent. And even now, situations that look stacked against you are preparing to turn. Dead ends, rejections, misunderstandings. What was meant to break you is about to bend in your favor. The stone the builders rejected has become the cornerstone. Psalm 118:22. Imagine a verdict reversed in a single breath. That is the shift forming over your life. This change will not crawl in slowly. It will arrive suddenly. A door once sealed will open wide. Those who overlooked you may speak your name with respect. This is not luck. It is divine intervention rewriting the outcome. When it happens, step forward without shrinking. You were not brought this far to remain invisible. What stood against you will soon stand behind you, pushing you into destiny. Very soon, you will notice a shift. It may not arrive with noise or spectacle, but it will carry the weight of heaven. A whisper, a dream, a sudden pause in your spirit. Call to me, and I will answer you, and show you great and mighty things. Jeremiah 33:3. Stay alert. What seems ordinary may hold divine direction. A conversation may carry confirmation. A closed door may reveal protection. Even an unexpected urge to wait or move could guard you from harm. These hours are sacred. Clarity is coming. When the sign appears, do not hesitate. Obedience will secure your next season. What unfolds now will shape what comes next. A sudden shift in a relationship is approaching. It may feel unexpected, even unwanted. Someone who has been close will pull back without warning. The silence may feel personal. The distance may sting. But this separation is not a wound meant to weaken you. It is a shield raised to guard you. What feels like loss is protection in motion. Some connections carry an expiration date in the spirit. Stay beyond it, and you begin to feel drained, uncertain, pulled away from your center. God has seen what you could not hear. He has watched the subtle manipulation, the hidden motives, the conversations held in rooms you never entered. If the bond continued, it would have slowly diluted your clarity and delayed your destiny. So heaven intervenes. What looks like rejection is redirection. What feels like heartbreak is deeper healing unfolding. When the break happens, do not chase it. Do not over-explain. Do not attempt to resurrect what God has declared finished. Release with dignity. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Isaiah 43:19. God never subtracts without preparing to multiply. The removal is making room for alignment. There is also a voice that has clouded your discernment. Not loud, not obviously harmful, but subtly distorting your confidence. After certain conversations, you felt confused instead of clear, pressured instead of peaceful. That was not imagination, it was interference. And now God is silencing what has been blurring your vision. When that influence leaves, your clarity will return like light breaking through fog. You will hear a voice behind you saying, "This is the way, walk in it," Isaiah 30:21. Your hearing will sharpen, your spirit will steady. And then there will be interruption. Plans you were ready to execute may suddenly stall. Conversations may cut short. Doors may close mid-step. It will feel inconvenient, even frustrating. But interruption is one of heaven's strongest forms of protection. If allowed to continue, you might have walked into something that would have marked you for years. So God adjusts your timing. He blocks the path. He shifts the schedule, not to hinder you, but to secure your future. Yield when the pause comes. Obedience now may save more than you realize. Later, you will look back and call it miracle. Your atmosphere is changing. The spaces you once tolerated now feel too small. Conversations that once energized you now feel heavy. This is not random restlessness. It is relocation. Maybe not physical, but spiritual. God is changing your address. Some voices cannot follow you where you are going. Some habits cannot survive the next level of your calling. To stay would mean stagnation. To move is expansion. Let the shift happen. Trust it. There is someone you have defended for too long. You saw potential and ignored patterns. You excused behavior because you believed in what they could become. But God is about to reveal who they truly are. A moment will expose what you sensed but suppressed. A truth will surface. When it does, do not argue with clarity. Do not try to repair what heaven is dismantling. For the Lord gives wisdom. From his mouth come knowledge and understanding. Proverbs 2-6. Believe what is revealed the first time. You cannot carry divided loyalty into a unified destiny. And then, a door you deeply desired will shut. Not gently, not gradually, forcefully. It may feel devastating. You may question why something you prayed for would close so abruptly. But understand this. Some doors close firmly so you are never tempted to walk backward. That closure is mercy. That denial is protection. What you cannot see is what God has already prevented. You are not being abandoned. You are being aligned. You are not being diminished. You are being refined. Every removal, every interruption, every closed door is clearing the path for something stronger, cleaner, truer. The shaking is not ending you, it is unveiling you. If your spirit recognized this, stay connected to this message. Subscribe, comment aligned, and walk this next season with clarity. There is more unfolding than you can see. What is closing now is not the end. It is the sound of chains falling, of misalignment breaking, of destiny stepping forward. And just beyond this moment, you can almost feel it.